Hi, my name is Shay Fumi, and welcome to the second episode of Just Saying. Are you usually listening to people talk? Does it give you orgasm? Does it make your heart flutter? Then you're welcome to the right place. If it does, and if you do, just saying. Hi everyone. Hi, welcome. How are you? How are you doing? You fine? Are you sure? Okay. Alright, if you just answered in real time, it's not bad. It's okay, it's fine. I understand. I can't hear you, but I understand. And if you're doing alright, that's good. If you're not, I want you to know that you're not alone and that someone cares about you. I do care about you. Every one of you that listens to this, you guys are important to me, and I really do hope that everyone is doing alright. As for me, in case you're curious, I'm not really sure I'm fine, but I do understand that I'm not alone, and I know that whatever it is I'm going through is going to pass. So, I've had to make a lot of hard decisions this week, from the past week also, but mainly this week. It's only midweek, and I still have a lot of decisions to make. It's not even a lot; it's just really hard. So it seems like a lot, But it's something that I know that if I do, there's like this finality in this particular decision. If I should make a decision, take an action, there's finality in it. It's final. I don't know if you understand that, but it's final. So I can't go back in time to change it. Even if I beat myself up for hours or days or months, I can't change it. And then I was thinking about a book I read. I looked for the book. I went to look for the book so that I can read that particular part to you people. Because I'm like that. I want you to know what I know. So they were, talking about it. In the book, actually, it was a novel. And they were, talking about the concept of time. And so the author wrote this long-ass thing about the concept of time, about two schools of thought, Einstein and Faulkner. So I'm just going to read it. So, listen. So Einstein said, the arrow of time flies in only one direction. And Faulkner understood the matter differently. He said the past is never dead. It's not even past. The past is never dead. The past is never dead. It's not even past. Wow. So all of us labor in webs, spun long before we were born. Webs of heredity and environment, of desire and consequence, of history and eternity. Haunted by wrong turns and roads not taken, we pursue images perceived as new, but whose provenance dates to the dim dramas of childhood, which are themselves but ripples of consequence echoing down the generations. The quotidian demands of life distracts from this resonance of images and events, but some of us feel it always. And who among us, offered the chance, would not relive the day or hour in which we first knew love, ecstasy, or made a choice that forever altered our future, negating a life we might have had? Such chances are rarely granted. Memory and grief prove Faulkner right enough, but Einstein knew the finality of action. If I cannot change what I had for lunch yesterday, I certainly cannot unmake a marriage, erase the betrayal of a friend, or board a ship that left port 20 years ago. And you'll be wondering, why did I just read this to you? First, I want you to know what I know. But honestly, I've been thinking about the finality of action, and it's just so stressful. The fact that I'm not even allowed to change something that I made today, an action that took place today. I can't change it tomorrow. So it's scary that you have to think well before you do anything. And the fact that you have to think also means that it means that you are going to be weighed down by thinking about serious things. That's why I said earlier that I'm not sure I'm doing all right. I'm okay. I'm good. I'm eating well, obviously. I'm able to sleep. But at the same time, the fact that I have a huge decision to make ahead of me just stresses me out, keeps me up, and it feels like I have so much to do that I can't even stop this headache that It's been going on for like a few days now. Oh, anyways. I do hope that we're feeling alright. That's not even what we're here for. I'm here to drone and talk about the concept of time. I mean, we are adults now. A lot of us understand that time can't wait for you. And I also understand that. We understand that we make mistakes as we grow, and that we can only hope to be given a chance to rectify them. And in the absence of that chance, you learn to accept that you've done something that you can't change, and you learn to forgive yourself for it. Forgiveness is key. When you're forgiving yourself, it's important to understand that you're only human, and to also understand that you can't judge yourself. I mean, if you want to be happy, you have to not you have to not rely or not be too conscious of what other people think about you. Not rely on other people's validation or opinion of you. While that is sometimes important, that's why I have to emphasize on rely. Don't judge yourself, by what other people think you are. Your self-worth should not be determined by other people's opinion of you. And forgiveness is like something that I've been thinking about a lot these days. Because growing up, I had a terrible temper and I had a weak tongue. I probably still do. But over the years, I found out so much about these things. I found out that words got sharper than kitchen knives, and it goes deep into a person's soul, and it worms its way into their soul and finds root, and then it grows. I don't know if you get that, but I'm just going to keep talking. You can say things in moments of anger that will be forgotten by you. You won't remember that you said it, but the person that you told, that person would always remember that you said it. And that thing that you said could open wounds for other people. It could be like it could trigger somebody's self, depreciation, and before you know it, somebody's self-esteem begins to deprecate, and you don't even know it's your fault. Imagine. So words are like a very big deal. I've seen some people that said they would rather have someone beat them, they'd rather have someone hit them, hurt them, throw things at them, than say things that would hurt them. And I thought about it that being beaten or being continuously hit by a person is very painful. I don't know if you've ever been in that situation, because I've been hit before. One time I decided I was a big girl, and I'm not even going to get into that story, but yeah, I've been punched before in the eye, and my eye got swollen, really swollen, and I found it really painful. So if somebody decides to choose that kind of pain over mental or emotional one, I relate, even though I've been there, because it's not, words don't go away as easily as physical injury. And everybody responds differently to these things. Some people have thick skin. They, no matter what you throw at them, they don't care. No matter what you say to them, they don't even care. You wonder if they're even human. And some people, they're very sensitive. And some people think these days, if you're a sensitive person, you're insecure. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people say things about oh, you're too sensitive, you should check it. Oh no, you're being insecure or something. Oh, and I feel like people respond differently to anger, and why people respond differently to anger, I also know, or I've also found out that people express anger in different ways. So when I was a child, if I was angry and hurt, I would not say anything. I would not even express. I would not use my words. Everybody just has to feel the brunt of it. I I will be hot. I want everybody to be hot too. The whole room has to be hot when I'm in it. Because I'm hungry. So why is everybody happy? If I'm hungry, why are they smiling? I don't know. That was like a very bad thing though. But if I'm angry, why are people smiling? Why are they happy? I'm angry, I'm not happy, they're happy. Why? So I would always want people to feel miserable, because I feel miserable myself. So why can't they be miserable too? But over the years though, I've thought about it, and I realized that thinking things through has never killed anyone. You think things through before you take an action. Apart from thinking things through, you communicate. Yeah. I learned to communicate too. Yes. Communication is actually like a very big deal, because sometimes some things that you have never even thought about becomes clear to you as you say it. Yeah, because this mainly happens for me. Most times I don't even have the patience to think things through. I just open my mouth and start talking. Because if I decide to till now I still keep quiet sometimes. But if I really want to work things out with people, I always prefer to talk about things. Because talking about things makes you feel better. It makes me feel a lot better. Because no matter how silent I am, even till now when I'm angry, I still stay silent. But it's not like before, where everyone has to feel my anger, everyone has to be hot. I'm not happy. Everybody has to be sad. So I'm silent all the time, and I only talk when I'm ready. So people might say it's immature, but I feel like everybody should be given the chance to feel things, process things the way they can, do things the way that they would understand, the way that they are used to. I mean, sometimes what you're used to is not really a good thing. So that's why you need to reflect. That's why reflection comes in. You have to self-reflect and all of that. So, yeah, even when you're angry and you don't want to talk to the person, there are things you can say. I use words like, I'm sorry, I can't talk to you right now. Or, I really don't want to talk to you right now. I don't know. The other person might feel bad and all that, but yeah, you do need to let them know what you're feeling. Because if you don't, we are humans now. If somebody's not talking to you, how would you feel? So I'm very particular about my peace of mind. I don't know why, but when I'm not at peace, I'm not happy. I like where even when people are fighting, there could be a storm going outside. People always tell me that I'm so nonchalant, but it's not about being nonchalant. A storm could be happening outside. As long as it's not entering my house, I'm going to stay inside. I'm not going to check where the storm is happening. And though this might not be what other people see as peace, but there's a lot of violence in this world. And for someone like me, that comes from a very big family, there's a lot of violence at home too. Not violence, but please, there's a lot of talking, there's a lot of activity. So if you don't learn to tune off, if you learn to leave, be emotionally absent sometimes from where you are, your mind is going to be a very, very busy place. So staying angry at someone or saying things that someone would feel bad about distorts my illusion of peace of mind. Yeah, because how can your mind be at peace when you've made an irrevocable decision to be angry at someone? How? So it's hard, but most times there's a way I close off. I let go of things. I remember one time I was in uni and I had this roommate that was really, really really nice. We entered uni together, so we were really close in our undergrad level. And so by the time we got to our second year, we decided to get a hostel together. So we were rooming, and then there was my other friend that wanted to come spend the night with us. So I brought her actually, because she was my friend but not my roommate's friend. So I brought her and I introduced her to my roommate, and but turns out that it was one of the worst decisions I ever made, because I don't like trouble and I will not purposely go and look for trouble. But if you decide, if you are somebody that now decided that you like trouble. I mean, if you like trouble, that's also good for you. But if you now decide that you want to pass that trouble to me, I don't like to be confrontational. I think I'm the last person. If I struggle with decisions a lot before I make them. So if someone decides, I'm on my own a lot of times, and someone decides to bring trouble to me, I mean, the first thing my first reaction is to accept that trouble and give it back to them in their own measure and all that. But sometimes it's when you reach a level of peace, you realize that some things are not even worth it. Because I remember then she came and then she said she was going to spend the night at my place because she had issues with her own place. She had just rented a room, she was feeling alone and all of that, and I was like, okay, sure, no problem. So when she came, we were cool. My roommate was also like a very friendly person like me, so everybody just kind of bonded and we became really close and all of that. And she did not want to go home the next day, which was no big deal. So I think I was the one that used to bring food stuff on behalf of both of us. So we're like, there was food because I think we're just resuming. Yeah, I think the semester was just like starting. Yeah. Not like starting because I think there was a strike. Why do I keep thinking? But there was like this huge strike then in my school then. So we're like in a room for days, and she didn't go back to her place. No one wanted to ask when she was going to go back. No one even felt uncomfortable by her presence because she was really cool and kind, and until one day, what even happened? I started hearing rumors about like myself. People were coming to meet me then. That what's up? This person is staying with me. That why am I begging someone to be in my space? That am I not like? Do I not have? I don't know. She was just spreading things about me that was making me look like I was a dependent person, like emotionally dependent. Yeah, things like I couldn't do without her. I would die if she were to leave me or something. I was like, that was really petty, but we're all young anyways. It was a really petty thing, honestly. Even me, when I think about this thing, I'm like, God, shame for me. You were really petty. But when I think about it, I feel like we all made mistakes. So I was wondering why that conversation was going on. And I think a mistake I made then was not talking to her about it. I didn't know how to start the conversation. I was like, would I go there and start asking, hey, is it true you're telling everyone about that I'm being emotionally dependent? Just felt really weird to do that. So I did not talk about it. We did not even, all of us did not, nobody talked about it. Somehow I did not even unconsciously, I was putting up an attitude. I was doing my best to, be cold, to not make her feel like I would die without her, because that was the impression she had. And I was trying my best to not also be unkind either. But she noticed, people see through things like that. She noticed, and then she also started putting up an attitude instead of asking me what was going on. So she started putting up an attitude too. And then it got to a stage people kept coming to me for different things. She said this, she said that. And I was just tired. And I was like, babe, this house you said you rented, when are you going back? I mean, you've been here. You haven't gone back for your clothes. You have been eating. When are you going back? And it became an issue. She was like, oh, if you're not going to let me stay here, your roommate is going to let me stay here. You both own the room, right? So if you say I should go, then I'm just going to talk to your roommate so she can keep me. And I was like, I'm sorry. You're going to talk to my roommate about what? So she can keep you. We both have a say in this room. So if I say that, we can't keep you. My roommates cannot decide to keep you because we both pay rent and you can't stay. That was it. And she got angry. And I don't know what it is she went to tell my roommate, because I did not even tell my roommate about it. That was the funniest part. I didn't tell my roommate about whatever it is people have been coming to tell me, whatever it is has been spreading. So it became a huge issue. My roommate I think she went to tell my roommate that she did not have a place to go to. That she did not tell me, because she couldn't have told me that, because I knew that she had a place to go to. So my mom was like, "Oh, you're such a bad person. She doesn't have a place to go to. You want to throw her to the streets. You want to do this." She has a place to go. So how can somebody come to school without clothes and food and all that? So obviously her clothes are somewhere. She has a place to go. She's not just going. She wants to be here. And then she was like, okay, she was going to pay part of the rent. And like, 3 of us cannot stay in one room forever. 2, it's even a crowd. So it became a big issue anyways. It became a big issue. And my roommates also started to hate me. Yeah, so I was living in a room where 2 people hated me. And then it became really awkward. Not for me, but for them. Because I tuned off. I've mastered something and it's dangerous. I know it's dangerous. It's something I'm trying to unmaster now, but it helps me a lot. I know how to tune off people. Once you do something, there's a way that my brain just automatically like kicks you out. You're no longer part of my, I don't know. You're no longer part of whomever I feel deeply about. So one day she came to tell me that she was feeling sick, because not sick like sick hospital, not sick hospital sick, but she was feeling sick to her stomach because I was not talking to her. And she said, in her words, she said because I was not talking to her, it was making her feel bad, that because it was really scary. And I really didn't have anything to say to her. So it became a big issue anyway. Everybody was shouting. She was really shouting. She was saying she was going to fight me. She was going to beat me. She was going to do this, do that, do that, do that. And people were coming out to ask her who is she fighting with. Because me, I was on my bed. I was watching a movie. I just sat down on my bed with my system, my laptop, and I was just seeing a movie. And she stood at the door. And she was just screaming her heart out. You're going to come out now, blah, 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 blah. I was just there, seeing a movie. I did not move. I did not say a word. And people were coming out, what's going on? Who's fighting? Why are you shouting? What's happening? And both of them, my roommate and my former friend, were just shouting. You're going to talk. Answer us. Do this. Answer you. Why? Why should I answer you? I didn't. And it was just... That's just something dangerous that I mastered. But that I also know it's not good, but yeah. It's peace for me. No? At that time, I knew that if I wanted to, I could have, that trouble that she brought to my doorstep, I could have taken it and would have just fought, probably beaten each other. And I've probably gotten in a fight. And probably won. I don't know if I would have won. But really, I would have probably gotten in a fight, and I keep thinking back and I don't think I would have done anything differently. She got tired and then she left me alone. She ended up moving out of the room. I didn't even stress her again. I took my bag to a friend's place to stay for a couple of days, and by the time I got back, she was gone. And I mean, I'm not even telling the whole story because this is not even half of it. But honestly, peace is just like really important. When you're at peace, it's really hard for you to say things to other people that will hurt them, or do things that would, hurt you. Because I care about you than I care for, So sometimes you have to just let go. Or you store it somewhere. I don't know. Wherever I say you want to store that anger that would not, affect you or pop up unnecessarily, you can store it there. So letting go is not even forgiveness. Because I can't even say I've forgiven some people that have done certain things to me, but I've let it go. Letting go for me is not even like forgiveness, because forgiveness might take a long time. You don't even forgive people because they deserve it, or because that's the right thing to do. Sometimes forgive them because you need your own peace. You know that you do is it's very important to choose peace. You deserve peace. You're human. You need that peace. So you deserve to put yourself first. And if putting yourself first means forgiving them in order to achieve peace, ultimate peace that you deserve, girl, you're not hurting anyone. Go for it. So yeah, that's it. So it's not really about whoever has done something wrong to you. It's about you. Putting yourself first is the first thing to do when you need to forgive someone. You understand that if you keep thinking about this thing, it's going to keep hurting, and then you'll be unable to let go, and then you keep getting angry anytime you remember it, or you keep getting angry at that person, and then the more you get angry, the harder it is to forgive that person. Then what are we doing? It messes you up, it stresses you. What are you doing then if you can't, just calm down? You have to choose peace most times. So it's not like you even forget. Forgiveness doesn't even mean you necessarily forget what they did. No. You have to, it's just the ability to look them in the eye and not see the evil they committed, or the vile atrociousness, or the lies. It's just looking into their eyes and seeing peace, choosing that peace. So unctuous words sometimes turn that, because it is seen as necessary, you can say, I forgive you, because it's necessary, it's insincere. So you could let go of what somebody has done to you, and then not be able to forgive. So don't feel pressured about it. Forgiveness is, it took me a long time. People kept coming to me then when I was in school, that what did your roommates do to you? Why can't you guys settle this? Why can't you do this? Why can't you do that? And I keep telling people that I'm not angry at her. I've let it go. It's hard for me to look at her and not remember what she has done to me. So that's why I'm not talking to her yet. So that's why I've not forgiven her. But I've let go of what she has done. I don't even know if I'm capping right now. But that was basically what I felt. So it's not even like I was not even pressured at all about talking to her. I didn't feel the need to just immediately let go of whatever it is I was feeling and talk to her, because please, we all made mistakes at that time. Everyone did. So if everyone decided that what we had to do then was just sort it out because we're all friends, even with family can do things to you and you don't have to forgive them immediately because they are family. I don't know why people always feel like these people need to come first, and they keep forgetting that you have to come first. You are important. I need to put me first. That's like, I've been it's a real I watched online. I've been repeating to myself, I need to put me first, because that's what you need to do, girl. You need to put yourself first. That's important. Because if you don't put yourself first, that's where the disrespect starts to come in. When you put other people first, other people's peace, other people's happiness. When will yours come now? When will your own happen? So it's important to, put yourself first. Do these things, that you'd want to do in your own time, at your own pace. Alright, so not to bore you, basically, I think that's all I have to say. And I really, really hope that someone found peace today with these words. And I'm sure that is something that we can all do together. So, thank you so much for listening to my podcast. See you next week. Bye.